Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Hey, Ollie, I have an update on my narc grandmother. Here's the backstory if you forgot. My grandmother moved in 2014. The first 2 years were fine. There were a few fights, but nothing major. She started to fight with me, nitpicking me on everything, starting things with my mother. She used to help around the house, and that stopped too. She has this cup, and at night she pees in it. The one day I walk in her room and she was peeing in it. The pee, she pees and poops in her pants in public. So December she was planning a trip, and I work at Walmart. She decided she was going to Pennsylvania to see her friend and her son and my aunt. The next day comes and she leaves. The first few days are okay. She gets to my aunt's house and the shit hit the fan. She fell at my aunt's and she leaves. She gets to my uncle's apartment and she falls again. This is the best part. She poops her pants on his very expensive leather couch. They have been texting and calling when my uncle told my mother that she lost it. Anyway, she spent 3 months in the hospital because of surgery. My mom, dad, favorite uncle drove from Oklahoma to Pennsylvania to get her. I took 9 days from work to take care of the house and my pets. Anyway, I'm sorry this is so long. I just want to tell the group what I'm stuck with. And I apologize for the way this is written. I was in special ed classes, and the classes never taught grammar, but I can spell well. Last bit, that got her, and the last few months have been rough. I took your advice and looked at apartments, and I'm going to practice driving soon. Okay, so those of you who don't know, Anonymous is somebody I've done some videos for. I also talk to her over, do Skype chats with her, so I've gotten to know her a lot better. And the first thing I'm going to say about the special ed is your only problem is your punctuation. You know, your sentence structure is fine, and you know you just got to work on your punctuation. That's it. That's the only thing that makes it a little difficult to read. But to talk to Anonymous, to see, and she's a normal woman. I mean, there's nothing you would pick up on from talking to her, from seeing her. She's just a normal young girl. She's in her early 20s. I believe she's 22 or 23. And she's stuck in this situation where she's living in her parents' house, stuck taking care of her mother's mother, who does these things. She pisses and shits herself on purpose. And we've already long established this out of control, you know, and it's a control thing. And she has a sister who's in college. Her mother and father both work. The rest of the family works. Or her cousins are all in college. So the only person that gets stuck with this is Anonymous. And what I advise her is you got to get out. You know, you got to get out. You got to start looking for apartments, and you got to get your driver's license because she's dependent on these people to take her everywhere to work. She's stuck working overnights at Walmart so she can take care of her mother, take care of her grandmother, who doesn't really let her sleep. So that's the backstory. So, and please bear with me as I read this. It's really not that long. So here's the update, Ollie. We were looking into a home for her. There are people who come in every week for health and physical therapy. She made a sideways comment to my mother about me. She said, I'm afraid that she is going to hurt. I'm afraid that she is going to hurt me. And the other day she told me that I scare her because I'm up at night. She told me that I shouldn't be sleeping during the day and I should sleep at night. But you work overnights. You work overnights. So when else are you supposed to sleep? She told my aunt and uncle and all her friends that we keep her prisoner in the house. There is no food in the house. There is no food in the house to eat. Totally lies, Ollie. She lies on us. Last night, my mother, who has MS, is so stressed out that she hates to come home after work. My father now finally understands the situation. Now for a question. Can there be more than one scapegoat and more than one golden child? Thank you for taking the time to read this. You're a blessing, and your wife one day and your daughter will see them for what they are. Thanks again, Anonymous. Well, what you have to remember, Anonymous, and it's hard for me to call you Anonymous because I do know your real name and I've talked to you. Your grandmother wants what she wants. So she's looking to cause as much problems as she can. What I think she is doing here is, so she doesn't have to go into a home, is she's trying to make your house, and now she's still scapegoating you. You gotta understand, you're still the scapegoat here. You're the one she's claiming she's afraid of. You're the one she's still targeting. This isn't a matter of multiple, of more than one scapegoat. She's making you out to be the bad guy in all of this. You know, the fact that there's no food in the house, though, you know, your mom and dad work. All right. It almost sounds to me like she's blaming you that there's no food in the house. And she's blaming you for your sleeping patterns. See, it seems like she's making everything about you. And what she's trying to do is she's trying to recruit as many people from the outside, starting with your own mother, because you're the one taking care of her, and she's making it like all these bad things, I suppose, are happening when they're at work. And to the rest of the family to make it think like it's a house of horror being perpetrated by Anonymous, when the opposite is the case. Look, you're looking for apartments, you're going for your driver's license. Your end of this is going to work itself out by you putting distance. Nothing has changed for you here. Nothing at all. This is your mom's and your dad's and her family's issue to sort out. I've told you this multiple times. You're a young girl starting out on your life, and you can't even go out with friends because you're stuck. You're stuck taking care of your grandmother. This is not your issue to be taking on and have to be worrying about right now. Your issue remains the same. Your issue is to better yourself. There aren't multiple scapegoats in this situation. It seems like you're still the scapegoat. She's looking, and she's not looking for more than one golden child. She's just looking to recruit more flying monkeys. She doesn't want to go into a home. She'd rather go live in somebody's house, which is what I think she's attempting to do here. So keep that in mind. Keep doing what I advised you to do. Keep looking for apartments, looking for roommates, and working on how to make yourself more independent. Your grandmother is going to shit talk you and shit and piss her pants because she's allowed to get away with it until your mom and dad and the family finally decide, like, we're not equipped. Nobody would be in a family situation would be equipped to handle what your grandmother's doing. That has to be taken care of at a facility where people are going to be not let them get away with it, where you can't be emotionally, where they're not going to be, emotionally blackmailed. And that's what's happening here. Okay. And I think they used and to a certain extent, Anonymous, I think they use your learning disabilities, okay, from childhood, because you communicate fine. You write fine. You just have a little bit of a punctuation problem. That's it. That can be corrected. And I think all that is what weighs you down and puts the fear in you from moving ahead, and almost allows them to put you in that situation, and you got to move past that, because from what I'm seeing, it's very minor what what your learning disability that you dealt with. It's correctable. I guess, it's not surprising. I know you grew up in Oklahoma. Um, it's not surprising that the special ed system out in Oklahoma wouldn't be the best in the country. So you do have options, and you shouldn't let your past weigh you down either, because I'm sure that's a big part of it as well. So thank you for your contribution, and thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a private Skype chat or have a private video made, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Dolly Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.